Hello again.
Hi, everybody.
My name is Albert. I am the FGO localization producer here at Aniplex of America.
And I'm Michael, the assistant localization producer for FGO, also at Aniplex of America.
Thank you for tuning in to today's Chaldea broadcasting station, Lite Volume 16, Illya's Karakuri Castle, Kashin Koji's Modest Ambition pre-release special. Whee!
Yay!
It's April.
It's April.
Speaking of April,
hey, we had a really cool broadcast earlier this month.
we had a really fun broadcast.
Did you have fun filming that one?
Oh, I had so much fun.
It was a lot of work for you.
Like I said, I wish every single one.
Be careful what you wish for.
It was a fun event. We had the arcade collab.
We did have the arcade collab. That was a lot of fun.
And then we had the April Fool's event.
We did have the April Fool's event.
So,
hope you guys like baseball.
How did you do in that game?
I think at one point I literally hit it out of the galaxy.
Whoa.
I know, right? I'm ready for the major leagues.
Okay, well, we'll see about that.
Fine.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the section that everybody's waiting for. Michael, not your story about bragging or going to the major league.
Look, man, you asked me.
I asked you about the game.
I answered.
We have a couple information we want to share regarding the latest game update. So first, before we actually go into the event itself, the audio code pre-release pickup summon is currently happening. For more information on each servant's pickup period and other information, please check out the in-game news or the official website. And speaking of audio code, we have some information about that. There is some reading, I think, that needs to be done.
Oh.
Michael.
Oh, so it's now. Right. Reading time. Okay. After completing operations in 7th Lost Belt, a new trial awaited Novum Chaldea. A new journey to correct the distortion of the bleached earth, Operation Ordeal Call, has been put in motion. Reinvestigate the bleached earth, strengthen your abilities as a master, and prepare for trials ahead.
So, once Bleached Earth is opened up to the players, new free quests and high difficulty quests will be continuously released on the Bleached Earth. So, players who want to challenge themselves on these free quests will have to use your AP as well as a new item called Storm Pots. Players can get up to 3 Storm Pots as login bonuses each day, and you can only hold up to 9 Storm Pots at a time. Meaning that if you don't use them, you really don't get new ones anymore. Yeah. So if you have some materials, obviously you want to farm using on these free quests, make sure you use up your daily storm pots so you don't waste them. You don't waste these materials. These new quests will be available starting May 8th, and players will need to have completed the audio call prologue, as well as there's another quest you have to complete that's also going to be released on May 8th in order for you to participate in these free quests. Also, there will be a new upgrading system called the class score, which grants various enhancement effects to servants of a specific class, which will be, and this system will be newly introduced. Use the storm pods to travel through the bleached earth to earn Sense of Starlight, and you use the Sense of Starlight to unlock class score signs to strengthen class of your choosing. In addition, some signs are sealed with a Tor lock, and these signs will, in addition to completing quests, require players to use a new item called torches. There are 3 types of these torches based on the levels. Torches can be obtained by completing high difficulty challenge quests on the Bleached Earth or by completing certain missions. Check out the in-game news for more information on the class score system. And now we have gone through the information we want to share with everybody regarding Ordeal Call. Next, let's move on to the new information for the upcoming event, Illya's Karakuri Castle, Kashin Koji's Modest Ambition. So, I know you just read. I have more stuff for you to read.
Of course you do. One time, Albert. Just once.
Let's go. Let's start by going over the prologue text. I just don't like my voice. You sound better than I do.
Well, as much as I appreciate that, maybe I like... You know what? I'll just read the prologue. All right. Master and company start up the combat simulator for some training, but what appears before them is a castle filled with mischievous and quite dangerous obstacles and challenges devised by Sitanai. I changed the simulator into a bounded field. You have to complete all the challenges to get out, so good luck! A minute singularity that has the potential to kill you. Its name, Illya's Karakuri Castle. Faced with an obstacle courses built under the supervision of an expert in illusion, will Master and their companions be able to overcome each stage of the challenge and safely reach the goal? A new kind of competitive festival, crowded with Chaldea's servants, begins now.
What does that mean?
What indeed?
We have a video to kind of show you the snippet of it, so let's take a look. That looks like an obstacle course I will not pass the first stage of. Actually, I might even just go like, boop, fall into the pit. Let's hope
That
I
pit
don't fall
had
on the
spikes in it.
Let's hope I don't fall on the spike. Like, I'll just be like, you know, like shape around the spike.
Just like gonna very carefully fall so that you don't land in it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are a lot of servants who are planning that. Definitely among those, my money's on Don Quixote. I think he's gonna take home the gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I look at that little 2-foot tall guy, I think like that's a guy who can win an obstacle course like that.
I see. So go through the event, figure it out.
Go through the event, see how it plays out.
So speaking of the event, let's take a look at the event. So there will be 2 types of quests. So the free quests and super difficult stage quests. Players will have the opportunity to get a bunch of great rewards by exchanging event items or spinning the prize roulette. That's right, guys. It's box gacha time.
Box time, yes.
There's no limit in spending the prize roulette, so open 100, 200. Go ahead.
Show us how many you can open.
Me, I do like, I don't know, 20 in my finger hurts.
Wow, Albert.
There are also super difficult stage quests where players will not be able to use support servants from players' friend or the follow list. These 6 quests each have unique conditions and rules, and the recommended levels to play these quests are over level 80. We'll go through more in details what these super difficult stage quests are later on. To participate in the event, players will need to have completed Singularity F, Flame Contaminated City Free Key. Play through the free quest to collect Illya's Karakuri Castle Pass and use them to spin the prize roulette. The items you see on the left are what you can get from the roulette. And delicious, delicious skill gems.
Okay.
Players can also collect event exchange items such as Karakuri Water Gun, Karakuri Helmet, etc. from the free quest. And what you see on the right are the lineup of rewards that you can exchange for delicious, delicious upgrade materials.
I need you to stop that.
But for me, skill gems are always the one that's really never enough.
Oh, I agree, and then you made it weird.
What? So make sure to use this opportunity to store up precious upgrading.
Yeah, some of these are very
and
hard to come
materials. And let's talk about the super difficult stage quests. So, super difficult stage quests will each have a unique set of rules to defeat the enemies. Players will only get to choose one from their own servant roster, and the rest will consist of 5 fixed servants who challenge these quests. As mentioned earlier, players will not be able to use support servants from their friends or follow list, and these may pose a real challenge, but completing all 6 of super difficult stage quests will reward players with a total of 6 summon tickets.
Okay, so we've just covered how to play the event, so what have you got for us next?
More free stuff!
Oh, sweet!
So next, I'm going to share the command codes that you can get as rewards for playing the event. So here we have Pygmalion Chisel Out, Artificial Kunoichi, and Comrade of the Snow Child. As I said, these are, I love to match them with servants where the reference is to. And a lot of these, we have different system now in addition to your traditional leveling, upgrading of your skills. A lot of these provide that extra oomph that you need. So when you fight a certain boss, they don't end with 100 HP and then they do MP next turn and you get wiped out. Let's not do that.
We don't like that here. That was a very specific example, Albert.
And then also I think throughout the multiple events we have seen a lot of these command codes have similar effect, especially you see a lot where the engraved cards get critical strength boost, some gets like a HP boost, start boost, and stuff like that. There are a lot of servants that can all benefit from these cards, and then sometimes you need, you might say, hey, all 5 of my cards I want critical strength boost stuff on it. So all these addition to the great art and some of it that you can match it with the servant that's related to. A lot of this that depend on how you want to build out your servants. You might need some of us that will match the servant skill kit better, and you can swap out and see which one you.
They're a great way of getting a little extra oomph out of a team composition that you have, like arts crits on the Comrade of the Snow Child, or just kind of more general crit approach with Pygmalion Chisel Out. There's a lot of shortfalls you can compensate for with these Commandos.
And especially when it comes to difficulty quests, you know, special attack boost actually helps out a lot in getting higher damage towards some of the tougher enemies.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with big numbers like Noble Phantasms and Crit, that 15% becomes a tremendous amount of damage.
So definitely play through the event, add these to your collection, and hopefully they help out with your build. Next, let's go over some helpful hints and strategies for the event. Let's first talk about the bonus servants. So these will be the servant who will receive event bonus. Their attack strength will go up by 50% and their bond point gain will go up by 20%. Next, so we already talked about the command codes for the event, so let's talk about the event limited craft essences. So there are 2 craft essences you can get for this event. So House of Repose, you can get all 5 copies from the prize roulette, and then Winner's Eye, you can get 4 copies from the event item exchange, and you must farm the last copy from free quests. But for free quests, you also get event items, you also get the castle pass, so you can do more prize roulette.
And every copy of that you have makes doing the free quests more worthwhile because you're getting more roulette tickets, so it's a good use of your time.
So both of these are great art, and for House of Repose, you get increased attack strength by 100%, and then Winner's Eye, like what Michael just talked about, increase Illya's Karakuri Castle Pass, the drop amount by 1, or when you maximum break it is 2. So the effects themselves are pretty good as well. For the House of Repose, you get Guts, and you increase HP recovery amount by 10%. When you maximum break it, it's 20%. For yourself, it matches very well with the art.
It does. That makes a lot of sense.
And then for Winner's Eye, you get 25% maximum break it, 30% special attack riding skill, and begin the battle with MP charge at 30%, maximum break it for 50% for yourself. And we always talk about the 50%, you know, MP charge begin. It's almost, for me, it's almost kind of like a standard for me now. For all my attackers, I have it on, unless, you know, for some, I can have my support servant just start with 100%. With their skills, but the super difficulty quest, remember, you can only bring 1 of your own servants, so a lot of these MP charge cards will be very, very beneficial.
Extremely.
Okay, so next
we have event limited craft essences. Does that then also mean we have limited time craft essences?
Of course. So next we'll take a look at the 3 limited time craft essence that you will get from the pickup summons. So we have the 4-star Diviner's 8 Stone Leap, and then we have the 5-star Princess in Silks, and then the 3-star Gimmick Master. So each of this correspond to the event items that you will get from playing through the free quest, and they will help you farm those items a lot quicker, so you can clean up the shops.
You really have to just not ever do that again, especially not when you're 6 inches to my right.
You know, everybody has that noise. I'm not talking about the event anymore. You know, everybody has that voice. Sounds like, you know, the styrofoam, like like I'm sure some people, they can hear it in their brain, and they're like, some is like the chalk.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
When you're doing it, yes. that's what that means. Can we get back to the event?
Yes.
Can we just, like, hey, so you know,
why don't you talk about the craft essence?
More topical, yeah.
Yes,
so I have a real love of, like, Diviner's 8 Stone Leap has that you get stars when they come out onto the field.
Right.
I love that for team setups where it's like I rotate this guy in and I know that I have crits ready to go.
Yes.
Because that craft essence has that. So I love that for challenge quests when I know I'm going to be like moving around my lineup. I love to be able to bring someone in and have crit stars on them right away.
Yeah. And then for Princess in Silks, we get art card effectiveness increase, buster card, and effectiveness increase, and also critical strength increase. And you also get stars each turn. So we, you know, a lot of this, it's MP sometimes. It's not always the solution. It depends on who you're fighting for. I see some pretty good crit builds, and to be honest, you know, a lot of times being able to do critical damage and secure some star for yourself it's actually a really
exactly
beneficial side.
with as many servants now as have abilities that do additional effects if you consume crit stars. I love having like basically a crit star income per turn.
And then for MP gain increase for the 3-star Gimmick Master, MP gain increase obviously, even though it's not a flat charge, but of course during the cooldown time of your MP charge skills for a lot of the art supporters, be able to gain more of their MP back to support the team even more. It's also very beneficial as well. Now obviously, depending on your team setup, you might be able to put all 5-star CEs on your servants, but depends. Sometimes you want to balance the team by having stronger servants, and you can balance it using 3-star craft essence.
You do, and the MP gain increase is nice on stall teams because that would also increase when they're getting hit.
Yes.
So you're getting more out of that as well.
And then having the damage card, 200 is not a lot, but sometimes that's the difference between does that activate your guts or not. So
I have been alive with double-digit health before, so I will take every little bit I can.
Yes.
Okay, so we've had command codes, we've had craft essences. What am I forgetting? There's not a servant for this event, is there?
Of course, there will be a new servant. So let's take a look at the video. Boom.
마감 기동 全Kashin兵装並列起動殲滅殲滅Karakuri撃獅子奮陣見印頂戴
So we have the new servant here. The new servant will be 5-star SSR assassin Kashin Koji, who will show up for the first time in this event.
Pretty cool. I mean, so this is a weird thing about me. I think spiders are awesome, so I'm into the design. Yeah, exactly that. So I like the design. Assassins, kind of one of those like. There are more rider bosses than you would think in this game, and I would have loved way back when I had to fight a certain king in Camelot to have had a better assassin than I had at the time. Spider assassin would be great.
So let's take a look at the spec of Kashin Koji. So Noble Phantasm has a medium chance to inflict bind 1-turn chances increase with overcharge and deal powerful bind special attack damage. Special attack damage increases with overcharge and low chance to inflict death to all enemies. So not only Kashin Koji's Noble Phantasm deals special attack damage, the effect of the Noble Phantasm has a chance to guarantee that their Noble Phantasm will be able to, guarantee.
The effect that the Noble Phantasm is dealing extra damage from is also part of the Noble Phantasm and applies potentially.
Thank you, that's why you're reading all the prologues.
That's why I'm where.
That's why you're reading all the prologues.
Oh crap, I just agreed with that.
And also low chance to inflict death, sometimes that's actually very beneficial, especially if you're dealing with some enemies that have high HP.
Or just really annoying.
We start seeing enemies that can do debuff as well. And sometimes when you depend on what kind of final stage you're looking at, you might be looking at like say a boss enemy versus side enemy you just want to get rid of sooner. So it's actually a really good kind of like a AoE damage dealer and kind of a crowd control.
Yeah. And I mean, you pair them with somebody who's got a debuff success up, and you're going to be likely landing more bind, doing more damage. So definitely a lot of ground to be covered with a servant like this. And I really like that it applies the effect before dealing the damage there. So there's just a lot of opportunity to get in that extra bit of damage.
And then so a good AoE damage dealer plus kind of like a crowd control. So very beneficial. So definitely think about adding Kashin Koji to your roster.
Spiders are friends. I mean, Albert's making it weird, but spiders are friends.
But let's move on. Let's take a look at the pickup summon.
There's going to be one of those, right?
Yes, there will be. So In addition to the new servant Kashin Koji, Kato, Danzo, and Fuma Evil Wind Kotaro will also be picked up in this summer banner. So let's take a look at when the banner and event will be released. The release date for Illya's Karakuri Castle, Kashin Koji's Modest Ambition is going to be April 24th, right after the maintenance. Yay! For participating in the event we mentioned earlier, all you have to do is clear Singularity F, Flame Contaminated City Fuyuki. So, no matter where you are in the main story progression, you'll be able to participate in this event, but do make sure that you level your servant to at least the minimum recommendation, which is 80, so you'll be able to challenge the super difficult quest as well to get the rewards.
Wow, Albert, thanks for all that.
No
you just
problem.
knew everything about that event.
Of course. And I actually have more information to share next. So there will be a special website for the event, and if you share the special website on social media, you can get an original wallpaper for your smartphone. So go check it out next. In addition, we'll be giving away X icons and desktop wallpaper featuring an original illustration. For more information, please check out the in-game news article or the official website. So this is the original illustration we have. The original illustration is drawn by Makoto Kawai, and this is actually a very cute.
It's really cute.
A very cute illustration. So definitely participate in the giveaways and get this for your desktop wallpaper. And finally, we have reached our social media goal for the events campaign. Thank you everyone who participated to reach this goal. As a reward, everyone will receive 6 Saint Quartz in a few days, so please check out your present box later on. And that's all the information we have for today. So definitely participate in the event, participate in the giveaway to get a very cute illustration that's drawn or specifically for this event. And that's it for the CBS Lite. We hope you guys all enjoyed the event. Any closing comment?
I'm very excited for this event and also for strawberries. And to never, ever hear that again. Ever.
I actually really want strawberries. You know, you see those like strawberry parfait that's just like this tall.
Where can we go to get a strawberry parfait right now?
We'll find a place. Anyway, so if anybody has a recommendation in LA, let us know.
Put it in the comments. We'll be watching.
Anyway, that's it for today's CBS Lite. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.